one of the top stories of the last week, which is jellyroll and, him filing for divorce. There's a lot of people. Some people are saying, there's a lot of jokes online saying that, he basically that Jelly Roll got thinner and now he's leaving. There is so much that people are saying out there. Um, so I'm going to play a couple clips of what different people in social media have to say about this divorce. So let's get right to it. I'm going to pull up the first clip right now. Let's see. Where is it? Yes.
Once a hoe, always, and hoes never close, they open like hallways. And bunnyxo is already back to her hoish ways. And her and jellyroll ain't even been divorced for 15 minutes. She already posting OnlyFans lingerie thirst traps out here.
So jellyroll and his wife Bunny are getting a divorce, and I think it's a little crazy the two takes that I'm seeing from women and men. Men seem to think like, oh, well, she was a sex worker, so like it shouldn't even matter. However, he married her. Like, he married a sex worker. You must have loved something about her. And then some women are like, well, he cheated the entirety of their marriage, and she helped fund his life. And that's really messed up, because you can be with a man for years and years and years through ups and downs. She was with him at his biggest. Like, it's just really sad that you can do all of that with a man and for a man, and he turn around and leave you. He divorcing her. Like, what? You stayed through all of that, and that's why it's so important for women not to stay. Like, no. You went through all of that for him to divorce you?
Well, those are a couple of opinions. Of course, we know a lot of men, there's a lot of men, there a lot of men who hate women. So I'm not too surprised at the first guy. And then we have this opinion from this woman. Now, it's been a week now since, TMZ discovered that Jelly Roll filed for divorce from his wife of 10 years back in May. So we're hearing about this. This story broke about a month after he filed. And I watched her video where she explains they got into a fight on Mother's Day. And I watched some people sorry, not a fight, an argument. I've watched some people break it down based on the stuff that she was saying. And here are some of the takeaways that I want to say about, this alleged divorce. Well, first, some people think that they're not really going to break up, that, I couldn't find a verified report, but allegedly he's being sued and he may want to put their assets only in her name. So that is one of the theories. Now, I don't know anything about that, but that is something that I've been seeing people write on TikTok. And some of the other things I want to say is, first, my impressions of her, because I never followed this couple, honestly, is that I believe that she has low self-esteem or low self-worth. That's what I gather from all of this. I honestly believe that she has low self-esteem / low self-worth. And I definitely believe her when she says that she has always loved her husband more than he loves her. I mean, you can just tell. And women always tell other women to always make sure that the guy loves you more. And, the reason why, in my opinion, why women tell other women this is because, you know, they might think that if the man loves you more, he won't cheat. If the man loves you more, that's typically the only way that he's going to treat you right. If he sees you, when he thinks about you, if he feels like, wow, I can't believe I got you. Now, maybe she might be thinking that about him, but I don't see it. But I definitely believe that she really loves this man because, first of all, the man's like, he was over 500 pounds. And I don't know anybody who would date someone that's 500 pounds. I mean, that's excessive. And I know that he's a man, but that is excessive. 500 pounds. And she saw through that. Like, I mean, I could see like three something. 500 pounds? 500 pounds. Like, when I heard that, like, I never really followed him like that. So I didn't know he weighed 500 pounds. But like, that is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't love nobody that weighs 500 pounds. I know that sounds bad, but I'm just going to keep it real. My cutoff is probably going to be like middle 200s. That's enough for me. I don't like all that type of weight. I can't be doing that. I'm just being honest. It's late night, right? It's 12:30 in the morning. I can't be doing all that kind of weight. And another reason why I couldn't do it is because, I've noticed that people that are larger they typically feel that it's always hot even when it's not. And I understand they got a lot of extra weight on them, and I can't be somewhere where, the house has to be ice cold 24/7. I can't do that either. So it wouldn't work for me. More than, I don't know what my cutoff would be in weight, but maybe like, I don't know, 240. I can't be doing all this kind of weight. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't. So I definitely believe that she really loved him more than he loved her. But, another thing is, I didn't know that she was a former, S worker. I'll just say S worker. And now I know that she was doing that before she even met him. But the fact that she saw something in him, from the get-go, and she took him in when he was homeless and didn't have anything. And let's be real, how many people right now have anybody that would take them in and help them if something were to happen to you right now? Like, it's not, I mean, I don't know. I guess, we all have our, maybe for some people, they would have people that they can go to, but apparently he didn't. And she helped him get his daughter back. I mean, she was a ride or die. And, I don't know what white men in the white community say, but if this were like a black couple, and especially like, a lot of black men will say, they want a woman that was there shooting in the gym, or, I want someone, when I don't have anything, not when I've already made it. Well, this is a woman who got with a man that really didn't have anything. And there's no way to know when you're homeless. There's no way to know what your life is going to become. Most people probably would expect for you to stay about the same, maybe get a, slightly better, upper working class, lower middle class, but no one's ever going to really think that you're going to become a household name for, some people in America, and become, a music, become a singer, a musician. And, so she got with him because she loved him, is my point. And this is what men always say that they want. Men want to be chosen not because of their looks or their height or how much money they have. They want to be chosen for who they are. So she chose him when he weighed more than 500 pounds. And that one, just that alone, I don't even know, like, I don't know. That is already enough for me. She chose him severely overweight, which would eventually become some type of massive health problem at some point. If you had to fight to get your daughter back, that's already some drama right there. And she was there with you through it all. I mean, despite her, past of what she was doing with men, she has some good qualities about her. But I ultimately believe that she has low self esteem and low self worth. That's what I believe. So let me know in the comment section right now, right now, right now. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love to read what you have to say. We are talking about bunnyxo and jellyroll, who are heading for divorce allegedly. And I've watched the videos of them too. They seem that they're kind of cordial. I don't know. People are saying this is the weirdest divorce, pointing out the fact that they're still like, you know, I don't know, they're, talking on the phone to each other. They don't see, there doesn't seem to be any animosity right now. I want to see how this plays out. We're going to see how this plays out. Now, another thing that I want to bring up, this is something that I thought about. Now, I know that a lot of men who will make videos about this are going to use this against Bunny because, social media, we always got to there's always this gender war. Who was at fault? Was it the man? Was it the woman? Blah, 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 blah. So bunnyxo is 46 years old and Jelly Roll is 41. And they've been married for 10 years, which means that they got married at 31 and 36. Now, I saw where she opened up about the fact of her IVF struggles and also revealed that Jelly Roll has low sperm count. Now, this is what I thought to myself when I heard about all of this. Now, that's definitely unfortunate that they're going through that. This is what I was thinking though. If you've been married for 10 years, and she said in an interview that it was 2 years ago when they decided to have a baby, that would put her at 44 and him at 39. And mind you, they got married 10 years ago. I'm thinking to myself, who the hell waits till you're 44 years old to go, okay, I'm ready to have a baby? Now, there are other women who have had babies at 44 and even older. But I'm thinking, if you got married 10 years ago, why did you wait to the 8th year to go, okay, I'm ready to have a baby? Now, I understand that people got things to do. His career took off, all of this, but you couldn't have tried this in year 3 or 4. You waited until you had been married for 8 years, knowing that you're in your 40s. And, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm only going off of what she's revealed. And I was wondering, who would wait until they're 44 if you got married at 36 years old? Didn't occur to you earlier to, try to have a baby, try to have a baby earlier. So, based on that was one thing that I thought about. And then another thing that I thought about is, if this divorce is for real, I think one of the main reasons, it may not be, I don't think it's the only reason, but one of the main reasons he's probably leaving is because if he wants to have another child, and they've already tried, it sounded like they already tried three times and it hasn't come to fruition. It sounds like, I'm just trying to think about it. Okay, what are the options? You're married, you want to have another kid. Your wife's 46 and she hasn't been able to, get pregnant. So, you can keep trying, or you can get out of the marriage now, cut your losses, and find another woman that will give you that child that you want. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys look at it, but that is another angle that I think plays a factor. If he was if he actually wanted to have another kid, like for her, she's never had a kid before, so it would mean a lot to her to be able to have her probably one and only kid. He already has two kids already. So I'm not saying it wouldn't be a big deal, but at least he already has his two kids. So I don't know, it's just something that I thought about, and I would think, I'm not saying it's right at all, but I'm just thinking like that's probably one of the main reasons why he's leaving. I mean, and who knows, after you've been with somebody for like 10 years, I'm sure it gets old. You might want something new. I mean, think about it like this. He's dropped what, like 300 pounds? Now he's famous. He has millions of dollars now. You're not able, for whatever the reason, you guys have not been able to get pregnant because of your struggles, because of his low sperm count. And he might, all of this all together, he might just want to wash his hands clean and start over. So I know that we have a lot of comments. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I would love to read your comments. Do you think that Bunny and Jelly Roll are really heading for divorce? Do you think this is a ploy to protect his assets? Do you think that I don't know, just tell me in general, what do you think about all of this?
So Jelly Roll filed for a divorce from Bunny? What do you mean? Bunny, the woman that took him in when he was homeless, helped him get his kid back, prostituted herself for him to have studio time, helped him launch his music career, helped him lose weight, and not only that, just accepted the man for who he was. Not to mention, I think Bunny is beautiful. So I need it to be that, she was just demeaning him. She switched up on him. She cheated. I need it to be these reasons, because what do you mean that you filed for divorce from this woman? I really liked them. I love the whole, hey, started from the bottom, now we're here. So what is it? Because if he just says, we just grew apart, blah, 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 now that he's lost all this weight, he's popping, all that stuff, I am going to be floored. Someone get me a reason. Someone get me a reason quick. Jelly Roll, Bunny, someone DM me. Because this is a lot. And I need an explanation. Stat.
All right, so that was another opinion of the Jelly Roll bunnyxo divorce. And there was something she just said. I had a thought in mind. I'm gonna have to remember what I was just thinking. But let's go to the comment section and see what you guys are saying right now. Let's see what you guys are saying. Make sure that you guys like this live stream right now, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We're going to start backwards at the very bottom. William says, I met jellyroll. He's not a bad person. Don't defame his name. They split up on good terms. They're staying friends. Okay. Okay. All right. We got a few comments here. I think it's all a play, but I don't know. Can't believe a lot of the BS people put out. Yeah, you just never know if anything is real or fake. And, regardless, it gets the mission accomplished to keep people talking about you and to keep you, and to keep yourself in the news. So, yeah, it does sound like a movie plot. I agree with you. We got another comment here. She can't have one, meaning she can't have kids, and she's blaming it on him. She's on that BS. Well, I don't think she blamed him for anything. Calm down. I watched her podcast. She admitted that they are doing IVF and how they lost some of the babies, or however the correct term is, and she let us know that he also suffers from low sperm count. So they both have their issues. They're both over 40 years old. So, there's, as you get older, you guys already know, you know. So I don't think she blamed him, but she let the cat out of the bag that he does have some issues down there. We got another comment here. She wanted a way out, and that's the BS she comes up with. He can't produce a baby. That's some low down. Okay. We got another comment from therapy. She's too old to have a baby. Well, didn't Holly Berry and Janet Jackson both gave birth at 50 years old? Ashanti, I believe she's 44. She married Nelly and had her first child at 43. So it's going to be different for every single person. So that is my answer to what you had to say. We got another comment here. At 40, why the H you thinking about having a kid? So I don't know. What do you think about the rapper Nelly having a kid at 50 after all of his kids are grown? His kids are like now around the age of 30, and then he went and married Ashanti. And because Ashanti doesn't have any kids, she's going to want to have a kid. So Nelly, is a father to a still like probably about a 1 year old now. The rapper Nelly is, the rapper Nelly just had a kid a year ago. He's like 50 years old. So like what do you think about that? What do you think about that? We got another comment here. It's a bunch of health problems having a kid past 40. Now I'm going to correct you there. There's a higher possibility. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And I mean, I'm sure that we all know people that um They wanted a kid together. It's cool, but after 40, health problems can go to her and the kid. That is correct. But also keep in mind, you don't have to be over 40 years old or a certain number for your child to not come out healthy. Like, I know people that, had small kids that had, serious issues that can't just be fixed, if you know what I'm getting at, and they were not over 40 or close to 40. So sometimes you just don't know. So thank you for your comment. So, were you guys shocked by this divorce? When I first heard about it, I was shocked. I was thinking, like, we got another comment here. I'm not shocked. Therapy, let me know. Can you hear me clearly on this live? Or is there any static at all? Let me know if it's clear or if there's any static so I can fix it. I'm getting accused of defaming people. I would like for you to point out where I defamed anybody. I know I didn't say anything that was defamatory, but if I'm defaming, you're welcome to go to another channel. I haven't disrespected nobody at all. So I'm just, giving my view on their divorce and, showing videos of what other people think about it. And that's it. That is it. Okay, thank you for confirming that you can hear me clear. So, that's, this divorce got a lot of people talking. We're going to see how it plays out. And if this is really for real, I just, like I said, I feel like Bunny is, I feel like Bunny has low self esteem. That's just that's what I gather from all this. And one of the reasons, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And everybody's going to be checking to see what kind of girl he goes with next. Think about it. And because they're going to want to compare what he has already, his wife to newer women. We got another comment here. Do you have issues down there? What are you talking about? Down there. Okay. Wow, we got a hardcore Jelly Roll fan. Everything that I've said, I'm just repeating things that she said on her podcast. I didn't know that Jelly Roll had low sperm count. She said it. And do you know that before she said it, she literally went, he's going to kill me for this, but he has low sperm count. Like, that's how she really said it. She's letting the whole entire world know to get you back. She's letting the whole world know that 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 he had low sperm count. And here's the thing. He's not the only guy with this problem. These type of issues, people don't like to talk about this openly. They might talk about it with a best friend or something like that, but well, first of all, it's really nobody's business, but since these people are, famous and this is how they make their money, I just don't think I didn't defame no one. She shouldn't have told the whole world that, the play by play of, what's going on in their life. So, miss me with that. I know he's definitely mad about this. We got a stand in the house. We got a jelly roll stand in the house. All right. So, that's my view on it. Like I said, I feel like based on everything that I've seen so far, I feel like she definitely loves him more. She has low self esteem, low self worth. She's a ride or die because you can tell that she still wants him. She doesn't really want to get divorced.